are big fans of the LEGO Ninjago series. I still remember the shock of finding out Zane was a robot. I remember when Lloyd was just an annoying little 10-year-old who wanted to be evil like his dad and steal candy, I guess. I remember when Kai was the main character, and I remember being indescribably enraged when Season 3 came out and ruined the entire formula of the show. Yeah, I'm still salty about that one. Anyways, when I heard they were going to be making a Ninjago movie, I was very excited. I was much less excited when I saw the first trailer. And now that I've seen the movie, I want to give my thoughts on it. I might be slightly biased since I'm such a big fan of the series, though. I know I'm a bit late to this, seeing as this movie came out way back in September, but the script I have here I actually made the same day I went to see the movie in the theaters, and I wanted to make this video. So here we are, I guess? Oh, and spoilers for everything, obviously. I'm going to start with what I did like about the movie, which is quite a lot, actually. First off, this animation is absolutely gorgeous. I couldn't help noticing all the tiny little details, like scratches on the characters' faces and the lines where the plastic would have been melted together on a toy. I absolutely love the detail that's always put into these LEGO movies. It's amazing. Second, as with all the LEGO movies, it's got some extremely hilarious jokes and moments. For instance, Wu was talking about how cool everyone's elements are, and Lloyd's like, "Ooh, what's my element, Mr. Wu?" And he's all like, you're the element of green, dummy. And just because it's got jokes doesn't mean it's a comedy. Probably my favorite part was how in-depth they went with the relationship of the Garmadon family, which is actually somewhat disappointing in the series. But here, it's actually fantastic. It's got very touching moments, especially between Lloyd and Garmadon, and there's one or two really great scenes with Coco and Garmadon. There was a scene at the end where Lloyd was talking to a cat that I hated, though. It was so cheesy and basic, I actually cringed. Like, for real. Kind of annoying how that was so bad, but the scene in the Temple of Fragility, or whatever it's called, was so touching and emotional. Another thing, Zane. I really enjoyed Zane in this movie. He was very funny, and I was rather upset that he didn't get much screen time. But I do have some complaints about Zane. This brings me to my negatives about this movie. The freaking characters! Oh my gosh, where do I start? Coco. Freaking Coco. In the series, Coco doesn't even exist. Misaku does. I can't really say I dislike Coco because the relationship between her and Garmadon was so excellently done, but I'm still a bit salty that Misaku was replaced.
Little brother feels the same about that girl you admire.
Misako.
Mom thought that letter was from you.
As I've told you, there are things in my past I'm not proud of, but I have no regrets. You wouldn't be here otherwise. My fear of losing Misako controlled me and led me down a dangerous path.
I think I actually prefer Coco over Misaku. Nia, she became a stereotype. Now I know I'm gonna start a flame war in the comments by talking about Nia this way, but whatever. Nia in the movie is the same exact, "Ooh, I'm a strong independent woman," that you see in every animated movie nowadays. I'm not saying she should be a damsel, no, I'm saying this is a major step down from Nia in the series. Nia in the series was a good balance. She was a strong fighter, she was intelligent, but she wasn't frickin' propaganda. She was realistic. So to see such a good character turn into a stereotype was very sad. You know who she reminds me of? Jailbreak from the Emoji Movie. Yeah. The original four ninjas, Jay, Kai, Cole, and Zane, are very different, and not in a good way. Like Nia, they became your stereotypical cartoon team, so let's go over them one by one. Zane. In the series, Zane was a philosophical guy with good loyalty to his team. He was still fun, but he was also very deep. He sacrificed himself for his friends for Pete's sake. In the movie, he's mostly just comic relief. Actually, the whole team is just comic relief. He's funny, yes, but I still miss the deep, loyal side of Zane. He doesn't seem like the guy who'd sacrifice himself to save his team. He seems more like in that situation he would have watched them die and then say, "Lol lol lol, I am normal Who Man." It's disappointing that they turned Zane's nindroidiness into a joke. The first time I found out Zane was a robot was fracking mind-blowing, not to mention this little emotional scene.
A memory switch.
Hello, Zane.
It's time you begin your next stage in life. And the only reason I'm about to do this is because I love you.
It was such an important scene, and it's annoying to see this dumbed down into a joke on the same level as the skateboard cow from ASDF movie.
Hi babe, yes, I am real man. You wanna go skateboards?
Jay is the most annoying change to me. He was my second favorite character in the series. Jay in the series was quirky, comedic, slightly egotistical, and outgoing. Movie Jay is the complete opposite. In the movie, he's shy, scared of everything, low self-esteem, and very boring and unfunny. There's not even much else to say. He was just plain and simply boring and cliché. Kai probably has the least amount of change. In the series, he's just a guy who wants the best for his friends, his sister, and for Ninjago. He gets hardly any screen time in the movie, but he seems about the same, except maybe a bit more egotistical and edgy. Lastly, Cole. In the series, Cole was a good friend and a great fighter, but he always took a while to trust new people like Kai and Lloyd. He had good self-esteem, but not necessarily an ego. It was actually very interesting to see his esteem drop in Season 5 when he became a ghost. It was one of my favorite Cole moments in the series. In the movie, he is just a butthole. He kinda ignores everything, almost never talks, and it's clear he's trying to be cool. There's one moment where he's like, let's go save Lloyd, but other than that, he does nothing.
Dope.
He likes turntables for some reason.
We both spin.
And he has a man bun. Lloyd didn't change much. He's still my favorite character, but I dislike this hot boy voice and hairstyle they gave him. Ew. Garbodon is still a butthead. He's just a funnier, slightly nicer butthead, and I love it. He's honestly better in the movie than the series. Last thing, the high school. The random high school setting is just so cliche and unnecessary. It doesn't even last. It's only relevant in like 2 or 3 scenes. I hate it so much. Overall, I actually really love this movie. The jokes, animation, and relationship building is spot on, but the characters were incredibly cliche and annoying, as well as the high school. But nonetheless, I like this movie. Is it better than the series? Not exactly. The lore building is something the series needs, the movie has. But character building is something the series has, the movie needs. So I guess they're about equal for me, but with the series a little higher, at least for Season 1 and 2. But anyway, thank you for watching the first episode of Cinepaw Movie Reviews. The next one will probably be Ferdinand, seeing as I'm going to see that one tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.